Hello everybody, this is the Retro Bear, and thank you very much indeed for giving me your time once again for a very special video here on my channel on YouTube. I am live in the gaming pantry, on the air, as recorded, and it's a very big hello to everybody out there. If you are a returning visitor, thank you very much indeed. If you are here for the very first time, thank you very much indeed. And I hope you stick around and enjoy what you are about to see, because this is, as I said, a very special video. I'll address the banner in the room first of all. It is my birthday weekend when I'm recording this, and I didn't realise this was here until the day before my birthday. So it's staying up for a few days or so just till we get over the celebration and we can return to normality. But yeah, that's also their reference for another video, which I'll be recording either before or after this one, depending on how I felt. If obviously I recorded it before this one, I would have done it, so that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, forget that. Also, let us address the game in the room. What else can we have for this particular video other than Naughty Bear on the PlayStation 3? There we go. And that's me before I go to work, and then after when I get to work. Those are the people I work with. And that's what happens to them if they sort of annoy me. Not usually, anyway. Not meant to be a very good game, this one. I don't know. I've not played it. So it's just one of those games which is in the collection and has never been played. It's Naughty Bear by 505 Games, which is probably quite appropriate, really, because of where I am in terms of things. Which is what I wanted to talk to you about today, because as it's been pointed out to me and as I've remembered and noticed, and a few people have mentioned and noticed now, and although we have slipped back a little bit, I have now passed 500 subscribers on YouTube, which is a hell of an achievement, because like everybody else, when you start doing something like this, you don't actually anticipate getting anywhere near it. If you do get into this for that particular reason, you think, oh, I'm going to get loads of subscribers and what have you at some point, then you're obviously getting into it for quite the wrong reason. Yeah, so I don't know, it's been a long old slog. 2.5 years I've been doing. So when people go, 2.5 years, you get, what's he playing at, eh? What's he playing at? What's he been doing for 2.5 years? I can get 500 subscribers without opening one eyelid in the morning. Well, good to you. Yeah, it's been a long slog, but it's been great. It's been great fun. I've loved doing this. It's been fantastic to share my pickups, collections, theories, jokes, possibly, comments, opinions with you throughout the past 2.5 years. Those of you who've been with me for a very, very long time, there are a couple of people who go back to sort of to the end of sort of September, October 2018, which is when I gradually got more than like 3 people watching all the videos. I'd been doing it for 6 months previously. I was like getting, you know, maybe 10, 15 views a video with very, very little response, very, very little comment. And then after that, just looking at that over there, it sort of got a bit of traction. So I managed to hit 50 subscribers by the end of 2018. I think I was around about 300 at the end of last year. So a good year last year, and probably on track for a good year, a reasonably good year this year. Same again. But it's not all about the subscribers. It's all about the content and what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy doing this, then that's what it's all about. And I love the fact that there are, you know, I could count on a certain number of people who are going to watch the videos I do and they're going to leave a comment. And there's a certain people who watch the videos and won't leave a comment, because that's how things are. That's how things have been for quite some time. I can't expect everybody commenting every single video. I certainly don't do the same. You probably sit there thinking, well, I've heard from him for ages. Does he watch my videos? I think the same. But that's how it is. We all watch different ways now. Some people are watching through a lot of people watch through the Xbox now, so you can't do the comments at the same time. I mean, I watch on my tablet and I'll do a comment at the same time if I do. Sometimes I watch on my tablet, or I won't, I'll forget to do a comment afterwards. It's one of them. But yeah, so from starting out just doing pickups and then the old gameplay video, which didn't really do anything, got to where I'm pickups and done collections, been done other things, video responses, sort of reviews of trade shows I've been to, or what I said, trade one what they call it, event, big word. One event I've been to, people I've met, met a couple of people this weekend, ironically, so you'll have to check out my latest pickups video to see who I've met there. Meeting people, conversing with people, doing live streams. I did a live stream with Dainster during lockdown when I was on with Gernaldinho. and I've done a couple of guest spots on other people's channels recently. I've done podcasts, I've done Desert Island games. I mean, it's just fantastic, just rolling through, and stuff I've always wanted to do I'm doing now. This is the stuff I should have been doing 10, 15 years ago. Goodness knows where I've been now. 750 subscribers maybe if I started all those years back. So I did start this channel in 2011. People don't remember that. I did start this channel all those years ago. But really, I just wanted this video, first of all, to be for me to say too, and I said it before, and I will say it again, to everybody who has watched a video, to everybody who has liked, to everybody who's disliked, to everybody who's commented, to anybody who's commented positively or negatively, to everyone who's watched it for 3 seconds and turned off and gone and done something else, for those of you who stuck all the way through, for those of you who have liked, for those of you who have disliked, for those of you who've shared, for those of you who shouted me out, for those of you who've benefited from a shout out from my channel to yours, for anybody who's any point in time come across this channel, registered an interest or a disinterest, and there are some people who register disinterest, which is great because you need that. I can't be perfect all the time, although I'd like to think I am. Thank you to everybody who's ever come onto this channel for however long it was, 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 2 years. Thank you, because without you there would be no me, and I don't know what I'd be doing otherwise. I really don't know. Mrs. Bear is most grateful because if I wasn't doing this, I'd be spending an awful lot more time with her. And I think that would drive her around the bend, to be honest with you. So she's very, very grateful. I'm joking. And in all honesty, at the bottom of it all, Mrs. Bear deserves the biggest thanks of all, because she is the one who's driven me to pursue this channel, to keep the interest up, to keep doing the videos, to keep suggesting ideas, which I mostly ignore, to give me suggestions, which I mostly ignore. But to be the driving force behind me doing this. So I owe her a great deal of thanks. And anybody who thinks it's all about me, no, there's an awful lot of stuff that she has pushed me to do and encouraged me to do. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this either. So biggest thanks of all to her, and then everybody else is second. You know what I mean? This is Bear second. But, you know, you are all wonderful retro bear maniacs, bear maniacs, whatever you are. It's been brilliant to do this, and hopefully I shall do it for many more years to come. You'll be pleased to know. So I thought as a little treat, rather than just sort of waffling on before I burst into tears and break down and cry, is to sort of give you a bit of a treat. And I try and think what it was, and I just sort of throw these things together at the last minute. And I started doing this the other night when I did a live stream on Cooper's World. We did a live pickups, and I started showing off some of my Wii games. Now, most of you will not. You'll notice there's a few gaps in the old shelf there, just over my shoulder here, and I've been pulling things off the shelf to get ready. Most of you have probably seen all the crap, okay? And that's my reputation for buying crap. That's changed quite a lot recently. But what I wanted to show today was probably about 15, 20 games, and the big, you know, sort of, not all of them, because I couldn't remember which ones there were. And having sort of like tried to take some stuff off the shelf there, I pulled that sign down 3 times already, so I don't want to do that again, so I don't want to break it. Because someone's gone to a lot of effort to put that up. So I just thought I'd just show some games, 15, 20 games that I've got in my collection, which I would sort of class as, you know, sort of decent titles, to show the fact that it's not all about the shit, you know? I know don't usually swear on this channel, but, you know, it's 500 episodes. It's not all about the shit on the Wii. There are some great games on there. And there are some games on there which people probably anticipate I wouldn't have got, because they know what a tight arse I am. I only buy the cheap games. But that's how it is. We all collect differently. That's why I'm having to go at that. You know, it's great I have a reputation for buying tat. Someone's got to. I've cornered the market in buying tat. There we go. So I'm just going to show off about 15, 20 games here. This is just a, you know, a drop in the ocean. This is probably, what, I don't know, where be for probably about a 30th of what I got. So that's to come. We'll do a collection video for that at some point in the future. But this is just to show off some of the nice pieces in here. You know, and they're all in here for a very sort of, there's, you know, I'm not just picking good games, I'm just picking, you know, decent size, well-known games that people may not think I've got. There's plenty of good stuff on that shelf behind me, which we'll go through at some point in the future, but not today. So let's start off, just go whiz through some of these as a bit of a sort of, like I said, I've shown off about 7 or 8 of these recently. If you go back through my videos, you'll see some of these on there as well, when I was sort of doing, you know, 15 views a week. So first one up, Donkey Kong Country Returns. I can tell you where I got that from. I got that from a pawnbroker's with 2 other sports titles for £4. He was just basically knocking them out real cheap. So that was bundled in. We had 2 sports games. I know why they did it. That's what they do in shops, don't they? They sort of put good games together with bad games. They get rid of the bad games, but you buy the good game for a good price. And again, that's about, usually about a £6 to £10 game. And it's got manual, nice manual complete. It's got obviously been the game at some point. It's also got Nintendo Club Points card in there. I know people like to see what's in here. There's obviously a big thing about safety buckets at the moment, which is, I don't know. And there's also a guide for the Wii. And also, I think someone's, another white Wii one, you see. There we go. So that's about as complete can get. Excellent looking game. I'm not picked these deliberately because they're great looking games. All these in here are fantastic looking games, most of them. If you play Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo, you'll know what this is all about. This is the update of that, and it's equally as good and equally as frustrating in the same times. This one has gone through the roof recently. I picked this up for £5, I think, which was about to go. It's now 3 to 4 times the price that just for the standalone version, because of lockdown, because of where we are. I'm sounding very local. There's some Raimi accent in a bit there. Because of lockdown and where we are, this is Animal Crossing. Let's go to the city. Yes, let's go to the city, or not at the moment. Don't go to the city. It's not safe. Stay at home. So this is, but this game is through the roof in terms of pricing now. Again, it's been to game at some point. Oh, that's very white, isn't it? Jeez. There is a disc in there. That is about as white we've ever got on there. Yeah, there is a disc. Too much white. Jeez. It's like being in the Antarctic then. And there it is at the back. As I say, the city comes to Animal Crossing. So this is there is another version of this in a box with the Wii Speak device, which I haven't got, but again, that's like £25 at the moment. How the hell, Wii Speak? No one uses Wii Speak, so it'd be nice to get the big kit for that eventually. But yeah, Animal Crossing on the Wii. Again, that's about £18, I think it was. I saw it early on this morning. £18. Actually, £5 I picked that up for. I think that came out of cash converters when they would just put a load of stuff in the boxes and took them all out and trying to sell them on cheap. I try and remember where most of this stuff has come from. I think I've got a reasonably good memory for where some of the stuff has come from. What have we got next? Crash of the Titans. These are in no particular order, by the way, because I've messed my system up. So, Crash of the Titans. Don't think it's highly regarded as a particularly good game in any particular shape or form, but it's Crash Bandicoot, and I do like the old Crash Bandicoot games on the PlayStation. I've got the update on the Switch. This one's got a bit of a bash in the back of the box, but I don't know. I've never actually played this one, so I'm not sure whether it's any good or not. There is, I think, is there a version of this on the PS2 with the orange case? I think there was an orange furry case for this one. Yeah, but I get the impression, unless it's the original Crash games or he's not driving a car, they're not particularly good. I don't know. I'll have to see on that one. But I can't remember. I think I may have paid £6 for that one. I might have forked out a bit more for it. Paid a couple of quid for this. I was really surprised to see this game actually came down on the Wii. It's massively pared down compared to the other games. And this is Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop. What a great name for a game that is. Not about cooking, but no, it's about zombie hunting. But again, another thing is it's the classification, a zombie game on the Wii. People presume that Wii is all about kids stuff and party games and crap. No, you get games like this come on there. Yes, it's not graphically as good. It's not graphically as exciting. It's also missing the manual. That's an unusual one. There we go. This is probably going to be interesting because I don't know what's in these boxes. So we might find I've got missing manuals, which is very unusual because I like to get stuff in manuals. But I think at certain points in my collecting life, I may not have been quite as diligent as I am now. Not to worry. There's the back of the box. But yeah, if you play a Dead Rising game, there's one on the Wii. So you can happily have the Wii nunchuck and remote control and go around and wave your arms like a lunatic. It's great. That's the whole point of having the Wii. Showcase the Wii. What have we got next? Another one of those great farming builder life type game. It's Harvest Moon, Tree of Tranquility. I'd say Dead Rising. I think I paid a couple of quid for that, which is probably about what you can get it for at the moment. Not a particularly expensive game. This one I think I got on the cheap. I got this for about £3 or £4, and I think it's probably double that. It's not massively expensive, but I've never played a Harvest Moon game. I've always been intrigued by that and Animal Crossing games, as to sort of being how good they are. So we've got a manual. We've got Nintendo Club Points, which haven't been used, which is always good, and 2 very excited people on a Wii. There we go. Yeah, lovely. So, but I never played a Harvest Moon game. Never played an Animal Crossing game. So was really interested when I bought this about 2 years ago to see what it's all about. I think this came out of cash converters. But yeah, you can just water plants and crops and grow your own things, and it requires time and investment, and I just don't have that. Get a real feel for farming, which probably isn't the greatest tagline to sell it to kids on. I don't know. Choose a farming life as a boy or a girl character. Very, very, yeah. You can have raised cows, goats, ducks, chickens, horses, silkworms, raccoons, bears, and even ostriches. Possibly. Ostriches. Emus. But yeah, again, not drastically expensive, but I think there's 3 Harvest Moon games on the Wii. There's this one, there's Animals on Parade or something like that. I don't know what it's called. I've got that one anyway. And there's another one, which is the most expensive one of the 3. So this one is still sealed. This is the joy of having family members who know what you like. Kirby's Epic Yarn. I have played it on the Wii, but just not this version because it's still sealed. It has the Nintendo seal on it. You may just be able to see they go around the middle. And without wishing to burst into song, my old man bought me this. He also bought me Mario Kart as well, which I haven't pulled off the shelf for some reason. Mario Kart's still on the shelf. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii is still on the shelf. I assure you it's on the shelf, but I haven't pulled that one off. But this is, again, I can't show you what the inside is because it's sealed, so I'm guessing it's all complete in there. Yeah, it's not empty. One of the great looking games on the Wii. It really is. And I do love Kirby games. I played a few, mostly off emulation, and I know they're the most challenging of games, but they're what Nintendo make games all about. So that was really thrilled to get that one. And again, that's it for my birthday about 3 years ago. I said, oh yeah, Kirby's Epic Yarn and Mario Kart on the Wii, and lo and behold, they arrived. It's good, me dad. He buys me all this great stuff. Bought me the Switch. Bought me all the games to go with it. Yeah. One day I may open that. Showed this one off the other night. It's one of the first ones I showed off. In fact, I'll probably come into about 5 or 6 I did show off now. Great series. Great, again, artwork involved in it. Great look to these games. But my goodness me, they are so hard that they make you cry. Metal Slug. This is the anthology, which says there's 7 all-time arcade classics. Includes the all-new Metal Slug 6. So I think you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and X, whatever X is. 7 arcade perfect conversions, full support for the nunchuck controller, 2-player co-op mode, unlockable items, and bonus galleries. But my goodness me, these games are tough. As Mrs. Bear pointed out the other night, we did play this at the National Video Game Arcade when it was still in Nottingham, before it got moved to Sheffield. And I think she played on that more than I did. And yeah, it's ridiculously stupid. And when you die for about the 45th time, it sort of grates a little bit, but they are great games to play. Again, I paid probably 12 for that one, which is one of the, I think it's about 15 to 18 usually, but I did pay near enough full price on that one. But that's because I wanted it. Sometimes, like I said, I'm not all about the cheap crap. It's sometimes I'll buy a game that I do want. This one I'd read about and seen I'd never seen it until I went into a CEX in Kidderminster. And it's the only time I've ever seen this game. It's not the greatest condition copy, but I haven't seen it before. I haven't seen it since. It's not a pretty rare game. You might be able to buy £4 to £6 for something like this. From the creator of Sonic, Ivy the Kiwi. And it's a great little game because the whole purpose of this is you have to draw lines with the Wii remote to move the Kiwi across the screens to avoid being eaten by I'm guessing they're rats. But again, the artwork on it is absolutely beautiful to look at. That wonderfully sort of pastel shaded, I suppose it's pastel shaded, isn't it? Sepia toned, probably the best way to describe it. I love the look of it. It really is a fantastic little game. It's a bit frustrating, I've got to be honest with you, because you do not make a lot of mistakes in it. But it sort of took me back to sort of platforming games I played, like New Zealand Story. It instantly reminded me of that, although it's nothing like it. Probably because the main character's a Kiwi. That's probably what it was. Yeah, well done, Retro Bear, once again, proving that you are the genius amongst thick people. I don't know where on earth that came from. But yeah, I just love it. But I've said, never played it before. Seen it once, never seen it again. Cost me about a fiver. That's what you're about to pay for it now. It is a great little game. And I did show this off the other night, and a few people said, oh, they never even heard of it. And again, that's one of the joys of doing this over 500 subscribers and being it for so long, is that so many people have watched this channel and picked up games based on my sort of comments and recommendations. I did Ridge Racer 7 video last week, and the amount of people said to me, I didn't even know that game existed, or I've had that game for ages but never played it. I'm going to go and play it now. If I can do that to introduce people to games, this is brilliant. We've got here Ghostbusters, the video game. Now, this is highly regarded. Again, not there seems to be a bit of chewing on the corner there. It's highly regarded as what would have been Ghostbusters 3, written by Dan Aykroyd and the late Harold Ramis. I think they may be doing the third Ghostbusters. I understand, but this is what most Ghostbusters fans saying is and should have been the game, the film of the game. I don't know, but yeah. I've had a brief go at it. I'm sort of sat down and got into it properly. But yeah, it's out on the 360, it's out on the PlayStation 3. A lot of people have a lot of time for this game, really do give it high regard. I bought that at $4.99 from Game, I think it was. And it has gone sort of £10 above before. I think it's about £6 at the moment. So, but I don't see it an awful lot out and about. So I mean, one of these games is quite difficult to find. So you'll have to work with me on that one. But I know the 360 and the PlayStation 3 game go for a lot more. And I did get lucky to pick up the PlayStation 3 version for 30p a few while back. Just on the whole light thing, don't worry. I've got to do it because the sunlight is now coming through the curtains, which are closed. All the artificial light is on. It's Sunday afternoon, and the same problem I always get happen with the sun on Sunday afternoon. It comes in and ruins it. So either I do this now or I do it later in the evening when I'm asleep, and I don't want to do that, so because I'll be asleep. Next up, Dead Space Extraction, which is one of the great on-the-rail shooters on the Wii. Up there with Ghost Squad. If you've not heard of Ghost Squad, that's like a pound game. I always say to people, if you've got a Wii, you haven't got Ghost Squad, I'm not got it in this pile because it's not part of that. It's a pound. If you like, Time Crisis, Virtua Cop, those sort of games, if you own a Wii and you don't own Ghost Squad, you need your foot stamping on. Absolutely ridiculous. This is very much the same sort of thing. Cost you a bit more, probably about a fiver. I think I paid £3 for mine. It's usually about £3 to £6. It's also Sans the Manual. Or Don's the Manual, I don't know. Foreign language is not my same thing. But again, another great example of like adult games on the Wii. Apologise for some of the graphics there if that's upsetting a few people, I don't know. Not my sort of thing either, but yeah, you play this place with the lights off, get your Wii zapper out. You'll have a lot of fun with that. Not overly expensive to pick up either. Now, what the Wii gets tarnished with is sort of like rhythm games and party games, where you could do an awful lot worse and pick this one up and forget the rest. Beat the Beat Rhythm Paradise. 50 wacky mini games. That's how you describe it. Look at the styling, look at the art styling on that. That is what you get on the inside. You get bonkers music with it as well. It's very sort of like you get it's like a Japanesey game, but it's not. It should be, but it isn't. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that. Who's made this game? It's Nintendo. I can't see no sort of thing. But I picked this up in the game sale when I first started collecting the Wii, because when I first started collecting for the Wii, believe it or not, I actually just wanted to buy games that I wanted to play rather than realise that you could buy Wii games for like 25p. And that was it. So I could have gone down a different path altogether. I could have been one of those people who said, I'm going to buy 100 games on the Wii, the 100 best games on there, and that's it. But yeah, you're just pressing a button in time with it. It's nothing to it. It's not hard. It's not tricky. Well, it's tricky because if you ain't got rhythm, then you got no chance. Yeah, it should be a lot more basic. It's about as basic as you can get. Is there a game really in here? But the look of it, the sounds with it, the games, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I paid $6.99 for that when I picked it up. I was very lucky to get it for it when I did, because that's about a £15 game. and it doesn't come down in price. There is a version which I was sent by Pete Armour on the DS. I think it's called Beat something. Not Beat the Intro, that's completely different. It isn't, but again, it's a lot cheaper to pick up on the DS. But yeah, that's definitely one of the bigger ones to get hold of. It's a beautiful looking game. I'm lucky to have it's a really cracking copy of that one, especially because it came out a game. Because they're not badger things, but the first level on this game is you're standing with a golfer, and a monkey pops out of a hole and throws golf balls for you to hit into the sea over a whale. And there's a baboon next to you who occasionally will throw bigger golf balls at you. I don't need to say any more, do I? You're already intrigued. Go and buy it. Another one I showed off, I think it's the last one I showed off the other night, so if you were watching that video, we've nearly got through all those now. And this is A Boy and His Blob, which is the remake of an NES game from years and years ago. And again, look at that art styling. That is exactly what you get in the game. It is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful to look at. It plays really well, actually. It's retained all the gameplay. You've had the tart-up. Like one of these sort of remakes or tart-ups that they do and comes out being really well. Just look at that. I mean, it's, you know, if that is your sort of thing, you like games that have that sort of anime, magna, cartoony type look to it, it's the sort of thing you should be getting. Not drastically expensive, getting 8 to 10 quid. It's been about 12 before. I think I paid 8 for mine. But again, you don't see it all that often. It's not an easy game to track down. It's not rare in the fact that, you know, it's megally priced. We had this conversation with a game on the original Xbox we talked about, which Scott Glory Hunter picked up a few weeks ago, which was Splinter Cell Double Agent, which is dirt cheap on every other system apart from the Xbox. I picked mine up for a quid in a charity shop, and I think it was £15 in CEX. The price had dropped now to about 4 quid, but you can't find that game anywhere. It's got a low price, but it's not scarce. It's scarce. Strange. This is another one which has got a high price and is scarce, but it's not a high price as such. I don't know. It's one of those. You can never tell it really. This one I got for, I know I've got it cheap now, and it took me a few years to work out why I got this so cheap. $4.99 I paid for this. This is Super Paper Mario. However, I know I paid $49.99 for it because it's a flipping Nintendo Selects version. That's the only Wii game I've got, which is Nintendo Selects version, which is really annoying. And I've never really understood the whole purpose of Paper Mario. I just don't get it. Why is he made of paper? Sorry about the washout on this. It's very bright in here this afternoon. Turn the sun out. But I'd never understood it. Never understand why there's a paper version of Mario. I just don't get it. But again, that's probably not overly, for a Mario game, it's not overly expensive. It's probably about 8 quid you pay for that one. Try and pick up the white label version rather than this one because, yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. Didn't dawn on me at the time. I thought, $4.99 for Super Paper Mario, I must get hold of that. And then it's flipping Nintendo Selects version. You've got, you know, platinums or, you know, classics versions and little things, player's choice versions, Dr. Annie collection. The 650 odd Wii games I've got, that is the only one that's a player select. Really annoying, isn't it? Super Mario Galaxy. There we go. Now, interesting story about this one is I bought it off eBay for, I think, £5 something or other. Not eBay, Amazon, £5 something or other, which was a good price because I think at the moment it's 8 to 10. It does go to 12 sometimes. And I bought it off there, and then when I got it back, the disc didn't work properly, which is really annoying. And in fact, when I got it, I think there was a problem with the disc. I think there was a hole in it or something. Was there a hole in it? There was definitely something not right with it because it wouldn't read, and no matter what I did with it, it still wouldn't read. So I went and got a disc cleaner, and then that's when I bought my disc cleaner. Clean it up, having complained to the person already, they said, they'll refund me the difference, and ordered a spare disc. So I've actually got 2 copies of that in there now, and they both work, but one appears to be the USC 6 version, the other one appears to be the standard PAL version. See that one? That's the German one there, German disc. There's another one tucked in there which you can just see poking out. I'm not going to show you. I think that one's alright, isn't it? Oh no, that's the broken one. You can see that. That was, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, just notice that on the edge. You might be able to see it. Maybe you see that on the edge. I don't think you can you? No, no. There's like a marking on the edge there, which I don't know if it's been burnt or something, or it's caught a flame, or even been just dropped on a corner. But it seems to have chipped it. So I've got two versions. This one works, one doesn't. And it probably cost me about the same price as the original version did at the end. But I did get my money back on it, so I probably got it for less than that price, and it was all complete as well. I'm not a massive Mario fan, but the more Mario goes into 3D environments, so Mario 64 onwards, I tend to like the games better than the 2D version. So, yeah, this is really good. Second one is still quite pricey to pick up, about 12-15 quid, but this one comes in a bit cheaper. And again, if you haven't got it, and you don't want to fork out 50 quid for that Mario 3D All-Stars, you can probably get a Wii in this for about 25 quid. It's half the price of that game. Skyward Sword. Yes, there we go. The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword. This should have the orchestral CD with it. It does. Fantastic. It's been so long since I've got it, I can't remember. This didn't cost me anything because I actually had some stuff to trade in. I had loads of doubles in my collection, went through a few bits and pieces, and I managed to scrape together the £18, which is what this is at the moment. This is just a standalone version. There is a limited edition version, which is much more expensive, which goes for a lot more than that. But there you can see, whoops, there's the orchestral CD at the back, and there is the normal game disc. People don't like this game. I don't know, I've never actually played it, so. But Zelda isn't really my thing, but you can't have a Wii collection without having Zelda in it. When danger threatens a friend, you know what you have to do. Do you? I don't know. Yeah, join our young hero Link as he embraces his destiny and embarks on a quest to rescue his childhood companion Zelda once again. What is it with these princesses in Mario in Nintendo worlds? They've really got no concept of what they're doing, have they? Yeah, but you can't have that without it. Like I said, it didn't cost me a bean, that one, which is good. This one cost me £5. No, in fact, no, this one didn't. This one cost me £6. Now, this one cost me £8, and then the week after it dropped to £6. It's annoying. One Chanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers. Part of my collection of games with dubious covers. Occasionally, I just buy games because I just like the look of the styling of the art on it. Not a massive fan of sort of anime or manga style, but sorry about the brightness in here. It's rotten this afternoon, it really is. Hotties Against Zombies. That's a way of selling the game, isn't it? Yeah, kill zombies while exploring a vast city. Sexy samurai swordplay. That sells it to you, doesn't it? And 2-player multiplayer action. Yeah, again, sort of sits in that £5 to £8 bracket. I paid £8 for it. It dropped to £6 a few weeks afterwards. Oh, the sun's gone in. You can tell now, can't you see it? Open up and show you that. Yeah, there you go. The sun's gone in, so we can do it a bit better. There we go. Bloody weather. Yeah, but again, adult game on the Wii in terms of entertainment. I haven't got Mad World in this pile here. Mad World's in the back because you can buy Mad World for about. Well, you could buy Mad World for 50p. I remember when I first started collecting the Wii games, they couldn't give it away for 50p. In fact, I think in some cases they dropped it down to 25p. There were that many copies I had to get rid of. So that's about a £2 game there. That's ultra violent, black and white, comic styling with blood everywhere. Same with No More Heroes. I have the first game in that series. Again, not on this pile because it's quite easy and cheap to pick up. The second one, which is about 25 quid at the moment, is a bit more difficult to track down and more pricey, which is why I don't have it. What have we got next? Another NES remake update of Punch-Out! Everyone's favourite boxing game after World Championship Boxing Manager. No manual. No, I can't remember what I paid for this. Probably £5 or £6. It wasn't a cheap one. Again, probably a time where I should have picked the should have realised there's a manual to go with it. I've not even played it, so I can't really tell you what it's all about. But it's very much like Super Punch-Out graphically. Remember, there's Punch-Out, there was Super Punch-Out. This is more akin to the second one with the gameplay of the first. Nice match, you may think. Yeah, and you can use the Wii balance board as well. You can duck and dodge using the Wii balance board. Not my words, but the words of the back cover, just there. You can't see it, it's blurred. And you can play head-to-head mode as well. So, yeah, all good fun. Again, I think it's probably about 8 to 12, something like that. So, to get the good games on the Wii, you have to pay a few quid for them. Like, not as if they're all like £2 or something. You've got to sort of really delve. I did get lucky with this one, though. One of my very first games I sort of picked up, because I read about it. Sin and Punishment. Successor of the Skies. I'm only reading that 'cause it's just coming to focus, because I can't remember what it's called. That's a great cover, isn't it? That is a fantastic cover. Played a bit of this as well a long time ago. It's it's blasting fun. This is what the Wii was made for. You play games like this with light guns or a light gun attachment. This is what it should be about. There's more games like this. Again, not going to show you House of the Dead, Overkill 2 and 3 in here because they're relatively cheapish to pick up. This one is a bit more difficult to track down. I got lucky. I got this for $4.99 in the game sale when CX was selling it for 10. It's very like the Ghostbusters game. Very rarely will I find something game that was cheaper than it was in CEX. Very rarely. And I think this game has certainly held its value over the years. It's right up there again with the expensive sort of Wii games. You don't see it all that often. But yeah, what a cracking game that is. If you do like your shooting stuff, this is great. Not going to show you Monster Hunter Try because that game, when I bought it, was about £4 or £5. It's now about £2 or £3. It's common as muck. Here's one you don't see very often. I've shown this one off before. Tatsunoko versus Capcom Ultimate All Stars. You'll notice it's got Street Fighter characters and Battle of the Planets character. Although it's called something completely different here. But it's proper Japanese name. I can't remember what it's called. And loads of people in here that I have absolutely no knowledge of, stroke interest of, or whatsoever. Why did I buy this? Because it's my least favourite genre of games. Just look at it. Why would I not buy it? It's beautifully colourful. It's a game which was released over here and didn't sell particularly well in Europe. So I think at some point it's going to go quite rare. But I didn't pick this up cheap. I paid about £12 for it, which I think is probably about the going rate. 12 to 18 usually is where this sits. If you can find a copy. I've only ever seen 3 copies of this, and this was the first one I saw. I actually went all the way to Wolverhampton because I knew they had this. I thought, I'm going to go and treat myself this weekend. Now, bear in mind, I bought a load of other stuff. I spent about £30, and this cost me 12. So you can imagine the other stuff I got was complete rubbish. But again, that video will be in my back catalogue somewhere. But yeah, so it's a 2D fighting game. I don't like 2D fighting games, but it's got Battle of the Planets in front of it. What is there not to like about that? Two to go. Again, these two are absolutely stunning games to look at. This one, not so cheap. This one, not so expensive. It's quite a cheap one to pick up, probably about £6. If you can find a copy of it, because I've only seen one. And this is Wario Land at the Shake Dimension. I've never seen another copy of this. I think it can't be that rare and collectible because you can buy it for about £5 or £6. But I've never seen it since I picked it up to this day. I've heard about it. You probably can't see there, but go and have a look on YouTube. It's got some tremendous artwork and design in it again. And I always say, graphics don't make a game, but some of these games are so beautiful to look at that even if the next one I'm going to show you is a prime example of that, how can you not be drawn in by it? You shake. This one here, the Wario games are so initiative, like we think about the WarioWare games. This one here, again, exactly the same thing. It's like shake to activate the contraption, tilt to steer the vehicle using the Wii remote. Ingenious ways of playing the game with it. It's just fantastic. And like I said, it's not an expensive game. I mean, I think again, I paid about £4 for that when it was probably the lowest it's been. 6 to 8 tops. Pick it up. I like it. And then the final game, which I unfairly slag off. It's not because I hate the game. It just bores me stupid. But it's I think it's probably the most beautiful game on the Wii to look at. It's Muramasa the Demon Blade. I've showed this again. In fact, I think this was the first game I showed off on my channel, probably mid-2018, where I actually sort of spent more than like £1 on a game. So if you go back and see that video, I should have done that. Yeah, made that in the future. But yeah, Muramasa the Demon Blade. Again, a game which didn't sell particularly well here in Europe at all. So again, it's going to go... And this is the game which fluctuates in price so much. I paid £15 for mine. And I can tell you now, this game has been high as 30 and as low as 18 recently during lockdown. It's been all over the place. It really has been. I've seen it a couple of times. Probably seen it a couple of times more than some of the other games I've got in there. But the first time I saw it, again, checking the CX website, I knew exactly where they got a copy. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and buy that. And I did. And it's a great game to look at, but by heck is it boring. Boringly repetitive, boring. I mean, it's a real shame, really, but it may change as the game goes on, but by the time I got so far, I thought, just some games just are like that, aren't they? Anyway, that's what, I don't know, 15, 20, I can't remember the counting. You did the counting. Of my sort of Wii collection. Stuff which you probably wouldn't have seen before. Okay? And that's just basically sort of recap what I've been picking up over the last 3.5 years on my way to 500 subscribers. So I hope you enjoyed that. There will obviously be a far more in-depth at some point in the future Wii collection video to come out, but I'm not doing it now because we'll be here for weeks. I haven't got weeks. I haven't got a week off. I've got stuff to do. Once again, thank you so much to everybody who's called by this channel at some point in their lives. Spent some time here, not spent some time here. I don't know. If you don't spend some time here, that's great because obviously I've caught your eye about it. Oh, what's that about? Some bearded bloke talking about games. Nobody else doing that on YouTube, is there? Even if you've just done that, or even if you have just done that and thought, hang on a second, I like what he's saying. He seems fun. He seems like a nice guy. You may not have said that either, I don't know. It might just be my endearing charm that sort of kept you on here. I think, I wonder what Tatty's going to pull out next. For whatever reason, thank you. Because, I don't know, it's given me like a new lease of life these last couple of years or so. It really has done. I've met some great people, I've made some great friends. Some people I've never even met yet who I always class as great friends. I'm inspired by many. A lot of people give me inspiration to do this. A lot of people drive me on. The comments and feedback drive me on. The support I get drives me on. There are so many generous. I've been so many different things over the years. People have donated to me, sent me. I'm not going to embarrass people by mentioning their names, but they know who they are. Yeah. What can you say? What can you say? And just a big thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say. It's been great and long. May it continue. I'm not going away. I'm going to keep doing this. Ha! There you go. You expect the big announcement at the end, I'm retiring. No, I'm carrying on. Shall we see if we can go for 4 figures this time? I don't know. Tell your friends. Tell your friends who Retro Bear is. Tell them I sent you and they want to know what you're talking about. I'm done. Until the next time, once again, my heartfelt thank you to everybody who's called by this channel over the years. Hope you'll continue to do so. If you have enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tick the bell for notifications because I don't think it's working properly. From what I understand, I know it's not working for my comments, aren't working properly, I haven't worked properly for weeks, but hey ho, that's YouTube for you. We keep soldering on. Until the next time, as always, do take care. Bye for now.